If you know me, you know that I love achievements. That achievement pop, oh, so good. That rare achievement pop, oh, even better. I love unlocking achievements. And what do I love more than unlocking just regular achievements? Unlocking rare achievements that are a challenge to complete. And today's achievement that we are going to be discussing is no exception. This achievement has been unlocked by 0.24% of its player base. That is insane. That is like a crazy low completion rate. I don't know how else to describe it. Like 0.24% is not even 1% of the player base, right? It's not even a quarter of 1% of the player base. That is a low number. Now let's go ahead and actually talk about the achievements. The achievement in question is Wail of the Banshee. This achievement is worth 10 gamer score, and it asks you to complete the Hard as Nails tournament without faulting while using the Banshee. Now, this tournament is hard as nails. It is the hard levels all in a row. It's not the expert levels, thankfully, but it is all of the hard levels that you have to complete in a row without faulting a single time. This is hard. This is not easy. This is a very difficult task if you ask me. 5 tracks in a row without faulting a single time with a bike that is new to this DLC. It's like a new addition to the DLC, so it's not a bike that I was familiar with. I personally prefer the Phoenix rather than the Banshee, but I basically had to get used to how the Banshee handles, and oh my god, this took me so long to unlock. It has been 2 years. It has been 2 years since I last unlocked an achievement in Trials Evolution, and that was for getting a platinum on all of the Big Sands levels. So this achievement right here is not easy at all. It demotivated me from touching this game for 2 years. That is all I can say. That is how difficult this achievement was. But now let's just go ahead and actually get into the successful run. I want to show you guys my successful run, and I want to talk about like what was really difficult about unlocking this achievement, because my god, I went crazy. I went crazy trying to unlock this achievement. I don't know how I can like understate it or overstate it. I don't know what the correct word is here, but I went crazy unlocking this achievement. This really worked me to the bone. Oh my god, there were so many times where I completed every part of the tournament and I faulted at the last checkpoint, and that hurt my soul. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to watching my successful run. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. This is a live commentary we got going on here. Let me know if you guys like this style of video. I'm honestly really excited to watch back this footage and tell you guys like what went wrong and like what I hated about this track. So yeah, let's just get started. Let's start up. We are going to watch me unlock the Wail of the Banshee achievement. Oh, it's not an easy one, that's for sure. Just looking at this makes my palms sweaty. It's such an intense achievement. But we are going to be watching my successful run. We're starting up the tournament and selecting the Banshee. And as you can see right here, this is a hard track. It's not conventionally easy, but for me, I find that Nature Calls is probably the easiest simply because I have played this probably 1,000 times trying to complete this tournament. It's the first one, right? So you learn this one the most, that is for sure. And I know it like the back of my hand at this point. I know exactly where I should slow down and where I should take my time and stuff like that. So we're coming up to a point right over here once we bridge this gap where you are going to be messing up. This is the first spot right here where you're probably going to be messing up because this is a very weird ramp. If you look over here, it's just weirdly situated. So the way you have to hit it is basically starting from the beginning. This is what I always did. You start from the beginning, you're not leaning at all. Once you make it to around here, you then lean forward so your back wheel gains traction and you get shot onto the platform beside it. So let's see how I do it. That's basically, in my head, that's how I would explain it, but it's easier said than done, if I'm being honest. Just take a look. Just take a look. I'm gonna lean forward at the last second once I'm on the ramp, and then bam, I luckily made it to that platform. This is easy over here. These two platforms that were coming across the ramps, they're pretty easy. It's just getting to this point in this level is really, really frustrating. That one bridge that ramp that we were at 2 seconds ago, that is very difficult. I went too far back. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. This right here, this is just the hurdle. This is the first hurdle of the tournament out of 5 tracks. You get where this is a difficult achievement, right? You get it, right? So it was just really, really frustrating to have to go through all of this over and over again. If I made one mistake at the track number 3, you get where the frustration lies, and you can't even restart a checkpoint really easily to get back to the beginning. You can't, restart the entire tournament. You have to exit, go back to the tournament menu, and then you have to start up again, select your bike. It's really annoying and monotonous. which is what made this achievement so difficult for me. And we're getting to the end of this level. Honestly, everything is really easy compared to that one jump back at that ramp over there. If you guys see, this is a bit of a funky jump over here, but I normally got pretty good at setting myself up so that way I could just launch myself that way. Really, really easy. I find this one to be the easiest of all 5 tracks. And now we are on Bazaar Run, the second track. This is probably the hardest jump right here because there's so much pressure on me jumping past that. If you guys take a look, let's go back really quickly. This one caused me so much trouble and just like anxiety because if you take a look, you got to jump perfectly. You got to hit your back wheel so that way you bounce off and jump over that ladder there and make it into the pit. But take in, if you mess up here and you have one fault, your run's done, right? Your run is just completely done. You can't reset. You can't do anything. Your run is just finished if you mess up once. So it was really, really annoying for me to have to constantly mess it up here and then have to restart everything because of a simple mistake. But after long enough, I did get a good rhythm landing on this ramp. So this is my successful run. Of course, we're going to succeed, but I got to tell you guys, it was painful getting past this ramp and learning the best way to get it because it's never 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's like 50-50 I'm going to land it. So I got lucky on this run and managed to hit it. We're going to breeze through a lot of this because most of the track after this is really easy until we get to the final jump that leads us to the final checkpoint. So we're just going to go ahead and breeze through this. Very easy jump over here. This even easier of a jump if you ask me, but I'm definitely taking my time because I have learned to not rush through it. I have learned that I should just make sure I am as accurate as possible and making sure I don't mess up and I'm not getting too, caught up in myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're moving forward. We're pushing through. This jump right here can be messed up a little bit right over here. It can be messed up sometimes, but honestly, pretty easy for me to hit most of the time. Same with this one. This one can be messed up, but I normally hit it. And then once we get to this ramp over here, this is when I make a silly mistake every now and then, and I end up falling off. Like you can see right here, I almost fell off. But fortunately, that didn't happen right here. We are good to go, and we are now at the final checkpoint. This is when things can get really rough. I ended up finding a really good method to be able to launch myself to the final checkpoint. So I ended up getting like pretty good at landing it, but it's again, same with the first checkpoint. It's more of a 50-50 situation. It's not always certain that I'm going to land it. So it's like, if I don't succeed on those 2 jumps within this run, it's like everything just deflates right there. Everything falls flat. And it's just like, okay, well, there it is. It's like I'm almost expecting myself to fail in a way, if you know what I'm saying. So let's see this jump. What I'm trying to do is basically hit my back wheel on the bottom of the thing. And then I'm going to lean forward so that way my momentum carries me over the gap. You guys will see. And I'll try to show you. You can see I'm like leaning forward a little bit so that way my momentum carries me over the gap and I make it. It's a really difficult jump to get perfect, but once you sort of find the rhythm for it, you get it pretty easy, if you ask me. So there's that jump. Though that is probably the hardest jump in the entire, I don't know. That's probably the hardest jump in the entire tournament just because you're never able to guarantee you're going to succeed. At least in my opinion, I was never able to guarantee that I was going to succeed. And it's basically like, okay, at this point, if you made it past that ramp, you're in a really good condition for what is to come. If you mess up in one of the following 3 tracks, it's just a dumb mistake. It's never like a severe mistake. But there are some areas that'll cause trouble in the next tracks, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's continue on with what we got. We finished track number 2. We're on track number 3. This is Backwaters. This one, not too bad in the beginning, honestly. Yeah, the beginning is very, very easy. I found the method to take it slow and just get those jumps perfectly. I made sure to hit my back wheel on most of these things. Over here, I make sure to get the perfect lineup with the ramp and just take my time, tease it, and then I shoot up. It's very, very straightforward. It's nothing too complicated, and I am taking my time here, right? I am not rushing through it. I'm just making sure I am landing everything. And we get over here, we get to this ramp, and then I normally gun it, and I make it up to the top. And then after that, we are going to be making it over to this section here. This section I find really iffy if I'm going to succeed. If you see right here, there is this platform down there that you have to hit. And then using that platform, you have to go down to the bottom right. And then you have to, basically jump over a platform or just land on that area and then jump. You guys will see. But sometimes I just make a dumb mistake and I don't have enough momentum here and I mess up. And that's really frustrating because this is a very easy section. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really annoying to have to mess up here. But let's go through this and let's just see how it's done. This is a textbook run right here. Like I was able to use my momentum to just simply jump over that obstacle. It's like right here, I land on that, bam, I land on that separate platform. Super easy, right? And then my momentum carries me over. It looks easy, but that's not very easy. That was like the perfect run up. I had everything perfect for that. So it just worked out. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I've messed up so many times there. I got to say, I messed up so many times there. So yeah, once I'm past that, it's like, ooh, we're feeling good. We're in this like flow state and we're not making any mistakes yet. So it's like, ooh, I think I got this. This is when I know I was feeling good and it was a good run. Because if I can get past one more obstacle here, it's like, okay, I'm going to make it to the end. I'm going to make it to the last track for sure. So let's get to that obstacle. Right over here, we're just taking it slow, jumping over to that house over there. And then once we get down to this little pit here, this ravine, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know what's called this area. We're going to back up as far as possible. So that way we have as much momentum as we can. And then we're going to gun it and we're going to land here. What's really difficult about this specific obstacle is you need to land it perfectly. If you land with your front tire down here, you're not going to be able to make it. You just won't be able to because you'll be stuck below the log. And if you land just, too far, you're going to be stuck on the log and then you have to sort of shimmy your way onto the other side. But half the time you're not going to be able to because your tires just can't get any traction and then you're going to fall back. So really you have to have the perfect hit right over here. And that is what I'm about to get. My wheel is going to hit that top log and my back tire is going to carry me over it. This was perfect. This was perfect. It's crazy how perfect this run was. But I mean, of course, this is my successful run. I've failed so many times here as well. But basically, after I complete this obstacle, we're like, oh, okay, this is done. And then we're moving forward. These tires, I messed up here a ton, but they're not too difficult to get through. You just want to try and stop here or keep the momentum going and launch over to that platform. Then we go to this next platform over here. It's very easy after this. Like at this point, I'm like, okay, I got this track done. We're good. We're moving on to track 4 because if you get over here, all you got to do is jump over here and you get to the finish line. So we're good, right? We're pretty solid. Now we're on to track number 4. This is overpass or underpass, whatever it's called. I don't remember. We are taking it and we are going to go kind of fast. It's not that difficult in all honesty. The most difficult jump is one over here. This is kind of iffy landing that. I've messed up a ton there. And then there in a little bit, there's a barrel that can cause a lot of issues. We'll talk about that in a second. But that jump is really easy for me to hit. Like at this point, I'm feeling good. Everything is going my way. And we are just taking it slow, taking it easy, making sure we are not messing up. It is going great. It is going great. All these obstacles are very, very straightforward for me, except for this one. Except for this one right here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So when we get onto this upper platform here, there is this barrel, right? You see the barrel. And after we land on that barrel, what we want to do is land on the platform right behind the barrel. So that way we don't drop down the hole and fault and, get injured. And there's 2 ways that you can go about this. You can do what I do right here, which we'll see in 2 seconds, or you can do another thing, which I'll talk about. I should have just started playing. Anyways, let's start playing. I am taking the ramp up, right? So we're over here, we're taking the ramp up, and we are going to jump over the barrel. And this was perfect. This was perfect. I don't know what to tell you. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at how perfect this is. That is the perfect clearance of that barrel. Oh my God. I can't explain how perfect that was. When I hit that, I was like, oh yeah, we got this. This is in the bag. I am feeling good. So yeah, there was that. And this is when it's like you're in the clear and you can really, it's up to you to mess up. If you ask me, it's up to you to mess up because everything else is really sort of laid out very well and very easy to complete. So now that we've completed that, you have 2 options. You can use both your tires and hit the pole right here, which is what I think I do. Or you can just go ahead and sort of shimmy off the ledge. You can go forward bit by bit until you just sort of like fall off. You have 2 options there. I prefer the one where you hit the pole because that is normally really consistent for me. So we can see right here, bam, I hit the pole, make sure I get traction, and then I fall flat, and we are good to continue on. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful run. I could have messed up right here, but I didn't. I normally don't mess up on here. I'm normally pretty good. Here, we're good. We got this. Right here, I've messed up on this barrel right over here. I haven't got enough momentum to get to that pipe. I messed up trying to get to that pipe, but you can see I got enough on this run. We are super solid. And now we're at basically the last checkpoint. Once we make it up this hill, we are going up and we just have to jump this fire pit and we have cleared it. Look at this. Look at this. And honestly, look at this. Look at this. What was that jump? What was that jump? I could have screwed my entire run by dying in this fire pit. but thankfully, I guess I didn't touch the fire. Like, what kind of jump is this? What kind of jump is this? Look at where it's carrying me. My wheels honestly basically touch fire. I'm so glad I didn't die here, but I could have, and it would have been my fault entirely. Oh, I can't believe it. I was this close to dying here in the fire pit. But we're good. We're continuing on. We completed 4 out of 5 tracks, and now we're on Dome of Doom, the final one. And I gotta tell you guys, right here, this very first obstacle, the first time I ever made it to Dome of Doom going for this achievement, I freaking flopped right here. I got stuck right on this barrel that we're coming up to. It was so sad. It was like unbelievably sad. It was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go over this barrel. No sweat. I guess I didn't have enough momentum to carry me over, but I got stuck and then I couldn't make it over and then I fell backwards. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened at the final checkpoint. But it doesn't happen here. We make it over, super easy. We continue on, hit this ramp, we then jump over. Super easy. Everything over here is super easy until we get to a barrel that we are coming up to. I gotta say, there's a common occurrence with barrels being difficult in this, there's a common occurrence. I gotta say, barrels are difficult in this tournament. Something's up there. Something's up, guys. But anyways, we are continuing on. We are jumping over to the next side. And right over here, we are getting into a difficult spot. If you make it past these barrels right over here, your run is solid. You got a solid run, and like the previous one, it's up to you to make a mistake after this. It's up to you to fail. Everything is really, really easy compared to this jump. So what you need to do is hit your back wheel basically on that middle barrel, and then you need to jump over and do like a bit of a bunny hop to get to the right side and then safely land there. I messed up a ton here. First time I made it here on a tournament run, I think I succeeded, but then like I failed here multiple times as well. So it's like really, really difficult to land all of the time. But if you just make sure that you use the Banshee's like sort of advantage, like the advantage of the Banshee is that its back wheel is pretty powerful. So if you use that to your advantage and make sure you just like tap it on the barrel, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. If you guys see that, like that was pretty good. That was pretty good if you ask me. Like, let's take a look at that again. Bam, I hit the back wheel back there and that carried me over to the final spot. And then we safely made it there. I slow down and we're continuing on. And you can see right here, I'm feeling good. I'm taking my time, that's for sure. I'm not making any like dumb mistakes, and like I'm making sure I'm operating at the best of my ability and doing these obstacles at the safest, the safest way that I can. And that's what we're doing right here. We're making it through. Right here, I could have made a mistake. I could have made a mistake right here, guys. Take a look at this. It is just dumb. It is just dumb. Like, why? Why did I make a mistake here? I could have fallen if I was not careful enough, but luckily I was able to pull back and save myself. But it was like, oh, if my run ended there, that would have been tragic. That would have been the worst thing ever, because I've never faulted here. I've actually never faulted here while going for this achievement. So imagine I faulted here and this was my successful run. That could have been successful if I didn't mess up there. So yeah, I was kind of scared when that happened. So I just like backed up and I was like, okay, let's go again. We're going to get it and we're going over. And now right over here, we're coming up to the final checkpoint. On this platform, we have the final checkpoint. Now, what I was doing in the past, and this has caused me so much anguish, I've literally made it here during the tournament runs multiple times, like 3 or 4 times probably. What I've been trying to do is use my back wheel to bounce off of this platform and make it onto the next platform, the final platform with the finish line. But that always ends up with me like whiffing it. I always fumble it and I always slip and fall and like just mess up. So what the best way to get through this obstacle is actually to just do a bunny hop, land your front wheel on this and also land your back wheel at the same time. And then you're really easily able to hop onto the final checkpoint. It's so much easier than what I was doing. I had to look up this method. I don't know what video I used for it, but it made things so much easier. And it was so much like less stressful for me to unlock this. So basically, we're doing a bunny hop to get to the final freaking checkpoint, complete this thing, and get this achievement. So let's back it up a little bit, and bam, here we go. We have got the final moments of this course. Wail of the Banshee is about to be unlocked. Let's freaking go. And there it is. Wail of the Banshee has been unlocked. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved to have unlocked this achievement. 0.24% of players have unlocked this achievement, and now I'm one of them. Isn't that freaking awesome to say? Isn't that freaking awesome to say? If you have this DLC, I encourage you to test this out. See if you can do it yourself. It is not easy. It is so difficult. So yeah, I'm so glad to have this done. This is definitely a Hall of Fame achievement for me. It's going in my trophy case. It is one that I'm super, super proud of. And I'm so relieved to have unlocked it. The worst part is that it is a 10 gamer score achievement. That is definitely the worst part. So let's really quickly check this out. Bam, 35 out of 36 achievements have been unlocked. Wail of the Banshee. We zero faulted the hard as nails tournament using the Banshee. That is so nice to say. That is so freaking nice to say. I'm so glad this is done. And I'm so glad I got to share it with you guys because this one was rough. This was a very, very rough achievement. Next up for me is Never Ending Trials, which requires you to get to level 15 on Never Ending Trials, which is a skill game. That one is also very hard, but this one, to me, was much, much harder. We'll see how long it takes me to unlock that achievement. Maybe it's another 2 years. Maybe I unlock the final achievement for this game in 2025. I guess we shall see. But that is all for this video. We have now unlocked the final. No, not the final. We have now unlocked Wail of the Banshee, and we are done with this video. Really quickly, let me show you guys my initial reaction to unlocking this achievement when I actually did it. You know, I was live commentary right at the end. I was like, oh my God, I did it. I pulled my mic over and I started talking. And here's that. Here's me talking about unlocking the achievement and being so freaking relieved. All right, see you guys. Oh my God. I got it done, bro. Oh my God. Oh, holy shit. There we go. Wail of the Banshee is done. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's been 2 years since I got an achievement in this game. Oh my God. I finally got it done. This has taken months. It's taken months to learn the track. Oh my God. Oh. This was the very first time I made it to the final freaking level in this today, you know, like I've been doing this like for a straight week and a half, just like making it to the end and failing, and I finally got it. Oh my God, I finally nailed it. Oh my God, I'm so glad it's done. Holy crap. That's great. I'm so glad it's done. Holy shit. Okay, anyways. Yeah. I can't even talk right now. I'm just so glad that's done. Like, seriously. Oh, what a relief. I don't know how to explain how hard that was, but seriously, oh my God. Oh, one more achievement left in this game. One more freaking achievement left. I'm so glad I got this one. This took forever. Holy shit, I can't believe it's done. All right, whatever. I'm done. So yeah, this is a really quick addendum to the video. I completed trials. Like, literally, I completed trials. I got Wail of the Banshee 3 days ago, and I was in a meeting. It was a very long meeting, so I had a lot of time. I just kept running through never-ending trials. I just kept doing it, and I unlocked the achievement. It's completely RNG-based achievement. Like, you're gonna run into difficult tracks sometimes, but I got really lucky, and almost everything was super easy. Let me show you guys this achievement really quickly. This is just an addition to, you know, the Wail of the Banshee achievement. That's the one that actually gave me the most trouble. This one right here was crazy easy. I didn't even save my track replay because I panicked so quickly that I pressed, you know, the 2 buttons to go open the Xbox menu. What that also does is it boots you out of your run. It like resets your run. So my run didn't even save. So I'll show you guys really quickly like how bad this is. If I can look at myself, here we go. View replay. Like, this is not easy, but it wasn't that hard. I got really, really lucky, and I completed this during work. That's what's weird to me. I completed this during work. It wasn't even like a monumentous thing. It was just like, oh, I'm done. Oh, okay, I'm done. Like, literally, it was just like, all right, sweet. But you know what? I'm super, super glad that I have now officially completed Trials Evolution. We're gonna go ahead, let that thing play in the background. Let's take a look. 36 out of 36 achievements. Oh my God. I passed level 15 in Never Ending Trials. I zero faulted the hardest nails tournament using the Banshee, and I got all the platinums in Big Sands, excluding the extremes. Holy, I started this game back in 2012, and now I have officially completed Trials Evolution 11 years later. That's beautiful. That is super beautiful, but oh my god, this was stressful. This is the most stressful game. I'm so glad I completed it. Wail the Banshee, you suck. All right. Anyways, see you guys. Thanks for watching.